I see what you're doing, Meghan. You're trying to hint at frustration with the way you've been portrayed, but I'm sorry, that is your own doing. Nobody has made you act like this. Hey guys, welcome back to RHR. Jen, I am so glad you're here. We have so much to talk about. Guys, I've just sat down and watched the entire interview Meghan did over on Bloomberg, and I have so many thoughts and so much to break down for you all. Can I just say this was the biggest train wreck since the Oprah interview, and I have so many thoughts on this. I've been dying to get on mic and talk to you all about it. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. I sincerely appreciate that. Also, if you're new here, I do have a second channel. It's called Goose Adventures. I'm detailing how I lost 140 pounds. I did it slowly. I did it drug and surgery free. And I'm talking about how I did it over there. I'm talking about what I ate, what steps I took, and the process. So join me over there if you're interested in that kind of content. But in the meantime, let's talk this train wreck of an interview. So in case you missed it, Meghan went on, I have it written down, it's Bloomberg. It was with Emily Chang, and it's called The Circuit. And it's here on YouTube in case you're looking for it. I don't recommend watching it. You will be furious, as am I. I want to also say a huge thank you to my research team. I could not have done it without you guys. If you're like, what's that? I have a group of friends that I get into a text message group with, and we just angry text message each other through this thing. I could not believe what I was seeing and what I was watching, but they helped me think out some of the talking points for this video, because we all had a lot of opinions on this. So thank you, research team. I couldn't do it without you guys. Okay, now let's get into this. Again, the host was Emily Chang. I want to first break down my thoughts on her because I have quite a few. And then I'm going to get into the Meghan of it all because it's unbelievable. So the 46-minute interview, they seem to time it with the launch of With Love Meghan Part 2. And the host was Emily Chang, as I mentioned, and all I could say is, what in the world? That was just the most over-the-top, saccharine, I don't know how else to say it nicely, butt-kissing session that I've seen. Not since Oprah have I seen a butt-kissing session like this. It really was quite incredible. The tone was just way overly friendly. It was meant to be, look at Meghan. She's a duchess, but she's down to earth. They show them going for a beer and a cheeseburger, and it just all felt so forced and so off. The first part, they were going for coffees. I think it was coffees. Maybe it was tea. I don't care. Anyway, they're going for some sort of warm beverage, and then later, like I say, burgers and beer. Look how relatable we are. Ha ha ha. The more she pushes that, the less relatable it appears. But the Emily herself, I just felt like I'd never seen anything with her in it before. I just could not believe. I kept saying in the group, I was like, I can't stand this journalist. I wouldn't even call her a journalist. It was just, and it's not that I expect any different from Meghan and or Harry, but Meghan would never do an actual interview where she didn't have every question ready to go and where the interviewer wasn't completely biased toward Meghan. So that's what we got with this. So it's not surprising, but it's just worth mentioning. It was like, again, overly friendly. The setting didn't seem to make sense. There was no pushback whatsoever. Not that Meghan would ever do an interview where there was pushback, but there was no pushback whatsoever. There was vague and evasive answers. And so the host never asked for clarification. She just kind of, oh, Meghan, like very much play into the, oh, Meghan of it all, even complimenting her necklace during one part of it. And I just felt like it was just all so over the top. Butt kissing. The way the questions were framed were all very flattering for Meghan. So again, there was just no journalistic integrity. Not that you would expect any different whatsoever. They avoided any controversial topics. Now, Meghan got controversial, but you could tell the questions were framed in such a way as to not upset Meghan. No hard hitting anything, no hard questions, no challenge on her royal jabs. I'll get into that. Sidestepping any kind of accountability, ignoring any kind of controversy, no probe on media scrutiny claims, nothing. It was just overly complimentary interactions was my biggest takeaway from the hostess herself. Casual setting. It was very much a PR move, and it just was meant to amplify Meghan's narrative. There just wasn't anything, there was no hidden anything. It was just out there for you to see. It's all about pro Meghan, and that's it. It was too chummy. It was not, again, it was just softball questions if I've ever seen them. All right. So that's my thoughts on the host. Now, should we get into Meghan? Yeah, I think so too. I'm still just in shock about how bad this thing was. I'm going to talk about some of the key questions and some of her answers. I have so many thoughts on this. I'm trying to break it down in a thoughtful way for you, but I basically just want to scream into my mic and say, what the hell is her problem? Because seriously, what the hell is her problem? What the hell is her and Harry's problem still to this day? I'll tell you a low light of it, and I'm going to go into it. Don't you worry. Pantyhose. She's still complaining about pantyhose she had to wear when she was with the royal family. Yep, that's right. That's one of the things that came up. All right, let's get into some key questions and some answers. I'm saying it like that because we didn't get any real answers. Meghan herself could not answer some of the questions, and it's not like, oh, these are hard questions. She obviously does not know the ins and outs of her business, and that shone through in the way that she answered. She would trail off in these word salads, and it was just unbelievable to watch. It really was. I mean, it's scary. I got the chills watching it. Again, if you're new here, I have a background in public relations. I studied it, and I actually did that as a profession for a while. And so I can see this stuff pretty clearly. And I mean, you have a brain, you can see it too. And I just think, what are you doing? It's not that she has a brand that's worth that's anyway, I'm not trying to be mean for the sake of being mean. I'm just telling you my honest thought. It's not like she has this big brand that she has to protect, but I'm telling you, like, whatever she did it no favors, none. I cannot make sense out of the idea of going on a show like this when your show has just launched, except for to say, in my opinion, she seems like a raging narcissist. She needs more attention from the attention. Why? Oh, why would you do that? Because now, I mean, nobody's already talking about the show, but even less people are talking about the show because they're like, what is this train wreck of an interview? It is astounding to watch. It really is. Now let's talk some key questions and answers from the interview because I have thoughts. One of the questions asked by, again, Emily Chang was, is there an inherent tension in trying to be relatable, but also being a duchess? Oh, God. Tell me Meghan didn't write these questions without telling me Meghan didn't write these questions. Meghan's answer, no, I don't find. I mean, just being myself. Okay, I can't do that voice. She's trying to say being myself. She's sitting there with a hamburger and a beer and trying to be relatable. No, I'll tell you what's happening. Catherine, I'm sorry. I know. I love her. I'm not sorry. I love Catherine. I find her so charismatic, and yet somehow, even in her royal role, so down to earth and so likable that you can find her on the floor playing with children and then, greeting, I don't know, healthcare workers. And then later that day, she's in the pub, with William, and they have beers. And I find all of it so likable and so relatable because she doesn't have the same air. It doesn't feel like she's trying to put on this false anything. It's who she is who she is. And you see, and it shines through. Whereas Meghan, I've said before, I'm standing by it. She's an alien who has taken over a human's body and is pretending to be human and almost passes, but then it's not right. It's not quite right. So you're like, what is this thing? Who am I talking to? What is happening here? Something's not right. That's the vibe I got. She's an alien. All right. But she's trying to say being herself. And it was different several years ago when I couldn't be as vocal. Okay, I see what you're doing there. She's trying to say, the royal family, I was silenced. No, you were not. You have not shut up, and you're still talking about it. They're not talking about it. You are talking about it. And I say, what are you talking about? But again, she goes, let's be honest. That's not, what was it? That was not very myself. I hadn't seen pantyhose since the '80s. Are we still talking about pantyhose? Really? Really trying to control that narrative? Okay, I have lots of thoughts about this, shall we? Cool. Okay, Meghan, you want to talk about the pantyhose? Me too. Let's talk about the pantyhose, you ungrateful, horrible brat of a human. It just became a ridiculous, out of touch grievance that trivialized her royal experience. Think about the broader hypocrisy because I am leveraging her royal title while criticizing and critiquing the monarchy, dodging any tough questions while curating a normal image despite her insanely privileged reality. I'm so stuck on this. So when asked about balancing this, again, I had to wear pantyhose all the time. Let's be honest, that was not myself. Okay, again, we're trivializing serious issues. So by talking about this, she is highlighting pantyhose and using it as what? A symbol of royal oppression? I don't think so. She's reducing whatever narrative she may have had, not that I believe she had one, but you know what I mean? It's just petty grievances. That's all this is. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like she even talks about the egg that they came in. It's a nostalgic reference. She's turned it into like this '80s movie, and it feels contrived in an attempt to sound relatable to a broad audience. But again, she's completely missing the mark. I think this is so bizarre and so petty. It's petty. It's petty and juvenile. And that is exactly what Harry and Meghan are. There's so many angles I want to approach with this. My thought is by saying this, all I can think of is, oh, this to me shows that she absolutely does not love Harry. Because, yes, I understand it's different and it's bigger with the royal family. But who among us doesn't put up with our significant other, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, our whatever, even our friends, families, and every family is weird. Every family has their own brand of weird. Go to anybody else's holiday event, and you'll see it. Everybody does things a little bit different. So you decide in your head, is this friend worth it? Is this girlfriend worth it? Is this boyfriend worth it? Is my husband worth it? Whatever it is. You decide. And honestly, if you care about someone, you just deal with it. Nobody wants to stand in the corner talking to the weird uncle, but you do it because you like the girl, or you like the boy, or you like the friend, whatever it is, you do it. And you don't bitch about it for 4 years afterwards. You just do it because it's part of it. Because again, you probably love or in some way care about or even respect the person you're there with. Not Meghan. Not Meghan. The entire world revolves around Meghan. And I want to take this a step further. Yes, we're talking about pantyhose, but think about this. Think about children. Think about how many relationships do not work out for whatever reason. They just don't. Most parents, and I don't know any inside scoop. I'm just saying in general terms, I speculate, it is my opinion, they must be headed for something. Most parents would say, I would go through it all over every single day forever to get my child. However my child got here is how my child got here. Yes, it was rough. And yes, I split with my partner, whatever, the father, mother, whatever of my child. But I would do it all over again because I love that kid more than anything in the world. Because that's what being a parent is. Meghan cannot see it like that. If I told you, in order to get your children, you'd have to put up with some weirdness. You'd have to wear pantyhose. Okay, maybe not even your children, to get your nieces and nephews here, or to get whatever it is, your pet here, whatever. You would do it. If it's your child, you do it. You'd say, you know what? His or her mom and I didn't get along, or dad and I didn't get along, but it got me my child, so it was worth it. Meghan cannot think like that. She can't. All she can think about are the pantyhose. It got you your children. I know, if you believe they exist. I believe they exist. It got her those kids. So wouldn't a part of you think like that? She cannot. All she can think about is her petty grievances. So again, that's signs of more of Meghan, because most of us would think about the bigger picture. You know what? Hell, forget kids for a second. If I told you, hey, you got to go do some weird engagements sometimes, you got to wear pantyhose, you got to shake some strangers' hands, you got to smile for the camera. I'm not trying to belittle what the royals do. I'm saying Harry and Meghan's, they were auxiliary. So for them, yeah, it was probably stuff like that. If I told you you had to do that, but in exchange, your whole life is paid for. You could have anything at the touch of your fingers, experiences that people they can't even dream about because they don't know about all of them, things like that, your whole life. Most of us would say, yeah, sign me up. Great. You mean I don't have to worry about a mortgage? I don't have to worry about everyday things like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for college? Things like that. We're all like, sign me up. Again, Meghan can just sit here and gripe about pantyhose. I'm so stuck on this. I just think it shows blatant just Meghan. It's just Meghan. There's no substance to Meghan. It's all about Meghan. It's inauthentic. It's just exaggeration of her constraints. It's just Meghan. I just don't know. Again, it's the unbelievable hypocrisy that gets me too. Leveraging this royal title. So in the same breath, we're talking about Duchess of Sussex and Sussex title and all that. And she's calling out her family name in this this interview and stuff. And she's, again, the first thing that pops up at the end of every one of these episodes of With Love Meghan is Duchess of Sussex, her title. And yet she's here talking about how they oppressed her because they made her wear pantyhose. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yet you fought and you called the Eastwards to get your kids these same titles because you know the goodness to come out of this. You know it. I'm talking directly to Meghan and Harry. And yet we're here at the petty level, cherry picking minor grievances, crafting this victim narrative that glosses over the benefits that she continues to leverage. You just cannot make up this level of hypocrisy. Never seen anything like it. I want to go back to some of the other questions. I'm just so stuck on this pantyhose thing because therein lies the bigger issue, I think. It's commercial exploitation of this royal critique. It aligns with the whole as ever branding, which emphasizes personal style and authenticity by framing royal dress code as oppressive. It's just unbelievable. I feel like it's just all a sales pitch for her and her dumb show. It's ignoring broader context of royal duties. So focusing on the stupid pantyhose thing ignores the broader context of things where dress codes matter, where commitment matters, public service matters. Those are things that will never make sense to her because she was never interested in anything like that. That's my opinion. These past narratives emphasizing resilience in the face of serious challenges. And then again, going on to pick this as her grievance. It just shows the how inauthentic she is and calculated. It's calculated what she's doing. And it's just it's her whole persona. I think that is the true Meghan. She is calculated and she is petty. And I'm sorry, but I find her just I find this appalling. I really do. Disgusting, appalling, abhorrent behavior, especially when I think about how she treated Her Majesty the late Queen and how she treats Catherine, Princess of Wales, along with everybody else, but those two especially. All right, let's talk about another question that was asked. How important is it to you to own your story? Meghan's answer, I know, I do. And if you know me, you know that I do. What? What in the word salad are you talking about? It's just vague word salad. Again, I keep saying word salad. It just is. It's vague style contributing to perceptions of inauthenticity. I see what you're doing, Meghan. You're trying to hint at frustration with the way you've been portrayed, but I'm sorry, that is your own doing. Nobody has made you act like this. You have come out here and act like a spoiled, pompous ass, you and your husband, and then you're surprised when you're portrayed like that. Give me a break and get a clue. All right. I don't go political here. I'm not going to go political here. She kind of danced around political. I don't even want to talk about it, honestly. It just seems like she's, yeah. Yeah, I just don't even want to talk about it. I just find her obnoxious. All right. Question of her title and her name. Chang asked her about the controversy surrounded using the Duchess of Sussex title and her legal name. Meghan's answer, Sussex for us. It's our family name. It's the name that we share with our children. Since we got married, that's what I've been called. She's trying to say she's the same person no matter what people call her. Oh yeah, you are. And yeah, okay. And it and it rhymes with witch. It's just the use of Sussex, her royal title with these commercial ventures. She's framing it as a personal family name rather than the privilege that she's got here while trying to play victim and again, like demonize the people that she got the name from, including her idiot husband. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. She's gaslighting us, and I hate that word, but she is. I feel like she's describing choosing Montecito to have this really supportive, sweet life. She's like making it this, I don't know, this she's rewriting history with it is what she's doing. So she's trying to make it like this Mayberry type place where it's all perfect and wonderful, but it's a jab at the royal family. And if you ask me, it's a not so subtle one where she's implying that they couldn't provide her this sweet life or normalcy for her children. So she took it upon herself, poor victim. And she's doing the normal things now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've heard you talk more about these school runs than I've seen you do them. Whereas with William and Catherine, Google it. You can find pictures pretty easily. They do it. They don't just talk about it. That's the difference. Harry and Meghan just talk about this crap. I don't believe that they do it, in my opinion. I don't. I don't live with them, but I don't believe it. Again, I felt like it was just a lot of syrupy sweetness through this, describing bookstores as places to find your story. And her Montecito life is really supported, sweet life, and it's just overly rehearsed and polished. It lacked any genuineness, any emotion. Again, she's an alien, she's a robot. Her use of vague, inspirational 2000s posters language like anchor into your own knowing. It feels like, again, a really bad motivational speech, if you ask me. It feels like a bad motivational speaker script. It clashes with her claim of just be yourself. Where's your joy, Meghan? Where's your joy? I'm yelling about joy, but it's just this curated persona. It undermines any authenticity whatsoever. It really does. It seems like it's tailored for her brand promotion more than anything else. I just feel like it's no substance. Oh my God, what was the other thing she said? She said, what was it? Find some version of your story or what feels true for you. What? What in the meaningless what? That's nothing. That's fluff. That's word salad again. It's just one form of inauthenticity, easy for me to say for another. It really is. It's just complete drivel. It's performative. It's contradictive of being comfortable in her own skin. She's not. She's not. Look no further than her own answers to see that. Again, I cannot say enough the jabs at the royal family. They are not talking about her. She cannot stop riding their coattails and talking about them. What else does she have? Clearly. I mean, look at her show. It's not going well for her. But her comments about royal life, particularly inability to be vocal at the pantyhose of it all, the pantyhose gate, it's not even thinly veiled. It's just swipes at the royal family. It's more of her bullshit. she's framing her move again as sweet life and stuff. I just, oh yeah, I'm just not into that at all. Broader hypocrisy, I think, was the selective engagement with the controversial topics. She avoids, I don't know. She avoids anything of substance to me because she is not of substance, but also I really feel like she thinks it'll hurt her brand, whatever that is. Um, the I'm stuck on the benefits of the royalty, like the title, the platform, without any responsibilities. She's trying to find a way to still do that, but it's failing, and she's surprised that it's failing. I would say some of the key hypocrisies that I noted again was her authenticity, her favorite word, versus her performance. She's claiming to be herself while delivering these rehearsed, vague responses. The royal critique is unbelievable while using the titles. Serious advocacy versus petty gripes. There's nothing serious about this. She's just got petty gripes. That's all she's got. She's pretending to be relatable while like throwing around this unbelievable privilege. She's preaching about being silenced while she can't shut up. And it's just this outspokenness. And again, I ask you, who is this for? Who? Because I can't imagine like the 4 followers she's got, they already are following her. This is not going to turn anybody her favor. If anything, I feel like if you're on the fence, should do it for you. At the Oprah interview didn't like, you know, knock them out of favor. I would think this would. This is just unbelievable. It really is. So I mean, I'm going to leave this here. I feel like I feel strongly about this. I do. I think we're seeing again, there's no substance there. It's just more of her true colors coming through. Accusations, the hypocrisy, the lack of thoughtfulness for anybody but herself, including her husband and kids. I can't say that enough. She's pretending to be normal. She's anything but. I felt like this interview was just complete and total garbage. And yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I am dying to hear yours. Did you watch it? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the things that I've told you here? What are your thoughts on all of it? I need to have this conversation with you all because I have so many opinions on this. I need to know yours. I didn't even talk about the stupid outfit. She dressed like Big Bird. She was dressed like Big Bird. John Witherspoon, friend of the channel, pointed out that the dress kind of looked like fire blankets, something that you might hide under, I think, in like woodsy situations, that kind of thing. To protect yourself. Let's see, somebody else had said it looked like a parachute. I've heard all kinds of things. It looked awful. And again, it's not that I expect her to ever get it right, but she got it oh so very wrong. And then when they went for cheeseburgers, cheeseburgers and beer, what would you think to put on? Huh? All white outfit? Yep, that's what Meghan did. Why? You're trying to appear relatable. That is the least relatable thing. Again, you're not convincing me you're not an alien by wearing all white to go get burgers and beer. Come on. What are we doing here? Anyway, all right, I'm going to leave this here. Dying to know your thoughts on all of this. A huge thank you for being so lovely and supportive to me in the comments. I will keep going with this show. I just needed to come talk about this. Yeah, I need to get my thoughts out about this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to hear your feedback. And I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. If you want to further support the show, there's several ways to do it. Leave me comments. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Can I just say, I had a short go viral. Thank you. That's amazing. I've gained tons of subscribers because of it. Thank you for that. And welcome if you're new here. The reason I honk a lot is because one of Meghan's followers told me I sound like a goose, a drunk goose. So I've been honking ever since. Honk, honk. So if you hear me honking, that's what that's about. I'm just so glad you're here. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to further support, check out my merch. Everything's fine. That's where the geese are all over that. And why you guys are the flock and flockers. And check out my Patreon, patreon.com/real housewives recaps. That's my old name, but it's got tons of content over there. Now, normally I am on top of it over there. I do 3 a week, whereas most creators give you 1. This week, I'm stalling a little bit because I'm about to unload over there. I want to do some from this interview over there. I'm going to do some of the behind the scenes from the Meghan show over there. It's coming. Be patient with me. I know my posting schedule is a little off this week. Normally, I upload on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So every couple of days, you're getting stuff over there. So check that out if you're interested. And a huge thank you to my executive geese and ganders. You're the wind beneath my goosey wings. And a huge thank you to my research team. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate you so much. All right, I'm going to leave this here. I hope you guys have the best day. Let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, this interview was garbage. Garbage. Okay, so if you're new here, I do this. Stay tuned always to the end because I always say, they're gone. Okay, let's talk. Oh my God, this interview was garbage. It was a disaster. It was a train wreck. Oh, let me show you the shirt. How cool is this? I thought this was so fun. It's a Ralph Lauren shirt. I thought it was so fun. It just kind of drapes like this and it's silky red. I thought it was fun and I was feeling like fiery and ready to rumble. So I thought, oh, I need to put on red. So here we are. Anyway, this interview was garbage. I would not have gotten through this without my friends. I wouldn't have. I had to do the same thing on the Chrissy Teigen episode of the shit show, the Netflix show. I had to get my friend to go back and watch it with me because I was like, I can't do this. This is horrible. I was so mad watching that, and I was mad watching this. So that's what that's about. Thank you, friends, for watching it with me. But anyway, did you guys watch it? Oh my God, the pantyhose. I can't emphasize enough how outrageous that was. She is just unbelievable, and she cannot stop jabbing them. She cannot stop. What else does she have? It's clear. The desperation was leaking off her. The more zen she pretended to be, the more the desperation was reeking off of her. It was wild to watch. All right, let me know your thoughts. If you stay tuned this long, what should we comment? What should we comment? Let's see. I don't know. How about pantyhose? Let's take that back from Meghan. She's trying to get that trending. She's trying to get that trending so that that story goes away about her what was it? Throwing a fit over pantyhose with the royal family, whatever that stupid story was. I don't mean the royal family is stupid. I mean, she's stupid. But so let's get pantyhose. Let's just say pantyhose, or you can tell me your thoughts on pantyhose, or you can just write pantyhose. I don't care. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. Have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.